Greetings and welcome to episode 7 of the Arcade Raiders podcast. This is what happens when you give a group of content creators a microphone and an audience. I am Jeremy, and with me to help deliver the shenanigans is my good friend Jessee. Jessee, how are you?
Dude, I am doing fan-frickin-tastic. And yourself?
Oh man, this has been a pretty good week. Lots of good stuff going on. It's been pretty fun.
I know, dude. Like, for me, it's been Keymageddon for me. So I've been getting, like, keys constantly, like, for a lot of indie games. So I love it, so...
Yeah, you were excited about a few of the indie games. I know you were excited about...
we'll talk about that one later, because...
hold it.
Oh,
that's excited.
That's like I'm waiting for the whole, like, 50 minutes to go by. Then it's like, oh, the time yet?
Yeah, because there's one that we're going to talk about, too, that I've been playing quite a bit. So we'll definitely hit that up as we go.
Yeah. Did you see the Nintendo Direct on Tuesday, I think it was?
I did see the Nintendo Direct. I actually watched it like 3 times. I watched it on my own. I watched it a second time on my own. Then I watched it a third time with an actual streamer, kind of doing a highlight of it. So I thought it was so cool, man. I love the Nintendo Direct format.
I know it's pretty much it's pretty much entitled Direct. You're getting everything that you need to know, and not that whole like middle ground BS.
100%. They get in there and they snap their fingers and they say, "Here's the game." Snap, here's the game. Snap, here's what's coming out. Snap, here's the new Smash character. So it's just boom, 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 and I love that. What specifically about the Nintendo Direct did you like?
I'm gonna have to say it. I liked hearing about Animal Crossing, and I loved hearing about Xenoblades coming to the Switch.
Yes. So I never played Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii U because my son was really young when the Wii U came out. So it was a lot of those like kiddie games, and I had the Xbox 360 at the time, so I never invested in a lot of those heavy games on the Wii U. Now we did play a lot of Guitar Hero on the Wii U because it was, the Wii U.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, exactly. It was Guitar Hero. So no, but I'm excited to play that one, and I'm really excited to do the Ni no Kuni remake. I'm looking forward to that one. As of today, I think you could get like $8 off of it or something. So that's pretty cool. And, recording this on Friday, so the sale will probably be over when everybody else hears this, but it was pretty neat. But other than that, Animal Crossing, super stoked about. The Smash characters, my son was super stoked about. So I'm excited.
Oh, and Link's Awakening. Oh, dear God, that's going to be so hyped when that comes out. I can't wait to play it.
Did you see the new amiibo? Is there an amiibo with Link holding like a...
I think it is. I think it's like a tuned version of Link, like a tunier version.
Yes. So there's 2 amiibos coming out for Link's Awakening, I believe. One is kind of just the cartoony version with him with the sword and shield, and there's another one where he's holding like a little bird or something, I think. So I think there are 2. I could be wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct us if they're listening. But yeah, I pre-ordered the amiibo. So.
Oh, did you check out the new Pokemon stuff?
I did. I'm excited. I think that Pokemon game is going to be bigger than we are expecting. I think it's going to be a huge RPG.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so great. And the one thing I'm excited about was not the new Pokemon. It was about making curry. I was like, you can make curry in the game? Dude, frick, find them there. Buy 2 copies. Let's go.
I immediately thought, well, you can make buffs and potions in the game. That's what I thought. I was like, okay, cool. You get to be the curry expert and get to make all those cool things. So I guess they're to buff your Pokemon?
I don't know, but I'm going to make all the curry. It's going to be a whole stream. Just me making curry. Don't mind me.
I was really excited to see didn't they mention the multiplayer again?
Yeah, there was a few things in multiplayer, like a Pokemon camp where you can kind of like pet like the Pokemon, kind of like that.
That's going to be cool. I like that.
They haven't really announced much of that. We know raid battles. We know that so far. We know customizations of characters, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
A few new Pokemon, which you saw that, Curry, and Pokemon Camp.
Yeah, the Pokemon Camp, yeah. It's going to be great. And, I know people are already counting down for Animal Crossing as well. I was never a huge fan of Animal Crossing on the 3DS. I have it. I've played it for several hours. But I'm really excited about this one. A bigger screen. My kid will both get copies of this game. I ordered Pokemon Sword. He ordered Pokemon Shield, and we'll both get a copy of Animal Crossing.
Nice.
So yeah, that's just how much of nerds we are here in the Skyroby household. But so, ladies and gentlemen, friends and enemies, we're here to deliver some of the weekly video game news with our thoughts, commentary, and excitement. Every week, we like to take a look at sweet, sweet video game goodness. Without further ado, it's now time for Arcade Raider News with Jessee.
Welcome to Arcade Raider News, guys. Let's take a look at the news this week. we got some stories. First of all, hey, remember the live show? Such a good day. If you remember, we reported here on Arcade News that a rumor was spreading about the Super NES controller, coming out for the Switch. And then a rumor of the Super Nintendo games coming to the Switch. Well, during the Nintendo Direct, we also saw it coming true as of September 5th. 20 Super Nintendo games were dropped on their online service. We do have a complete list, and here's how it goes. Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Stunt Race FX, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox, F-Zero, Pilot Wings, Kirby's Dream Land, Brawl Brothers, Breath of Fire, Demon's Crest, Joe and Mac 2, Super EDF, Super Ghosts and Goblins, Super Puyo Puyo 2, Super Soccer, and Super Tennis. On top of that, we got the look at the new controller coming up for the Switch. So confused there. It is going to be a Super Nintendo controller, and it's going to be nice. I'm looking at that thing. I just want to buy it right now for myself. Like two of them. One for the Switch, one for my PC, so I can do some fun with that. Sky, what do you think of that list so far? The games, holy crap.
I think the list is good. I think it's really cool that they're adding those things since you subscribe to the Nintendo, Switch online service or that environment. They added the Nintendo NES stuff last year, and I think or was it this year maybe? It is last year. Yeah. So adding that on top of what we have for the NES, I think it's pretty nice. I think it's a good price for, a whole year for like $20 or $30. Those Super NES games I think are pretty nice. I'm excited. Of course, everybody loves Super Mario World. Link to the Past is a good one. Super Metroid's a good one. Breath of Fire, that old RPG, is a good one. Those are just stock games on the Super Nintendo. Some of them are actually on the Super Nintendo Classic. So I have seen some of those, like Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That's all on the SNES Classic. So I'm excited. I think again, it's another benefit to having the subscription. The Super Nintendo controller for the Switch. Oh, I'm going to order it. I think as of us recording this, it's not out yet. Like I don't think you can record. I don't think you can order it yet. But yeah, it's $30. Just don't go out to eat for a month and buy a SNES controller. I mean, it even has the same colors, the same size. It has the indented, buttons at the top. So it's going to be great. It's fantastic. And I'm excited to actually see some SNES stuff roll around. But it begs the question. Go ahead.
I want to know if the European SNES controller is different from ours because there was colors. Versus ours is like maybe it is. I want to see that now. It's like, if that comes out to you guys, let us know because I want to see that controller from the UK.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see that. To see how different it is. Are you talking about the ones with like the red, green, yellow, and blue?
Yeah,
buttons?
red, green, yellow, one. Yeah. The UK versions was like, ooh, go on.
I think you can actually order one of those from 8-Bit Do. Is it 8-Bit Do? Or I think that's how you say it. I think you can actually order one of those from 8-Bit Do. They make third-party controllers. But again, I don't know how it syncs or anything like that. So
I think it'd be a standard like controller syncing, like the Pro Controller syncing, like that Bluetooth button, hit that, sync up to your Switch console, and boom, there you are.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Oh, same.
All I know is that all it says it's going to be available soon is all it says.
What games are you excited for? Hopefully they come out.
For the NES Classic? Oh, for it to come out?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Final Fantasy, which is not going to happen. But that would be kind of cool. I think that'd be a huge addition. I'd like to see a remake, and people think I'm crazy. I'd like to see a remake of Mario Paint. You remember Mario Paint?
Dude, I still have my mouse from that.
I think that was such a cool concept. Of course, again, it was way ahead of its time, and I thought it was pretty cool. I thought Mario Paint was pretty cool. I would like to see Mario Paint mixed in with like Mario Maker. Bring that together.
Like, how would you control them? Like, would you use a joystick mouse or like what's up? Because I feel like the mouse is...
You have the touchscry on the Switch. So
true.
You just have your finger. That's it. You just paint stuff or, choose different. I just think it'd be kind of a cool little neat addition. But I think that would be kind of cool to see that game come back. I'd also like to, this is weird. I'd like to see Street Fighter.
Yes.
Street Fighter. That
probably won't happen.
Yeah, it won't. I'd also like to see Chrono Trigger, but that's not going to happen. Earthbound, that's not going to happen.
I think Earthbound might be on a list because it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it might be a whole E3 thing where it's like, oh, welcome to E3 Nintendo Direct. Oh, and by the way, we're dropping Earthbound today.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool. Some of the Mega Man's coming out would be neat. Of course, I'd like to see that. But a lot of these games are on the SNES Classic. So that's pretty cool. But I would love to be able to rewind because I know that that's kind of cheating, but I'd love to be able to rewind like it is on these.
You can.
Yeah, I know exactly. So on these, you can rewind. If you die, you can kind of rewind a few frames, which is totally cheating. But it would be kind of cool to have that option on the SNES.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I tore through Super EDF today and rewound my ass off. I was like, bold hell, screw you. we cleared it? Thank God. Woo.
Yeah. I'd also like older games like NBA Jam. I think that would be kind of a neat one because I mean, I played that game a ton. Turtles in Time.
Dude, that came out. Goodbye, world.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, bye. Later.
Yeah. So all in all, I think it was the whole direct was really good. And for them to drop the Super Nintendo stuff yesterday, well, yeah, because we're recording this on Friday, so yesterday is huge, and I think it's neat. And of course, it's like we had the nostalgia trip last week, so it's the same thing for this one.
Okay, let's go on to our next story. Guys, here on the news desk, nothing is safe. We have my reporters everywhere, and dude, shout out to my role reporter, Jane Cambruns, for the scoop. So, Starbound came out in 2014, but some of the devs have reported they work for free and for long hours. Now, this isn't the first time Chucklefish has these allegations against them for exploiting their employees, but the issues were reported again in a tweet by designer Damon Ryse. In short, he tweeted he was 16 and he worked 100 hours for no pay. Then, of course, other foreign workers came forward and with similar stories, even saying they were too afraid to ask for any money, and if anyone who did ask would be screamed at. Now, Chucklefish did give a statement to Polygon about the allegations. They said, "We are aware and saddened by the current allegations against Chucklefish regarding Starbound's early development. During this time, both the core crew and community contributors were collaborating via a chat room and dedicated their time for free. Community contributors were under no obligation to create content, work to deadlines, or put any particular number of hours in. Everyone was credited and repaid back as their agreement." It's almost been a decade since Starbound's development first began. From Chucklefish has grown considerably into an indie studio that has a strong emphasis on a good working practice, providing a welcoming environment for all employees and freelancers. Our doors remain open to any related parties who wish to discuss their concerns with us directly. So, we see an indie studio now getting allegations. I like seeing this because it proves that no one is safe. This is horrible. They're trying to report the same issue. Then Chucklefish, what the frick, man?
Yeah. So yeah, this is weird. I'm having deja vu. When we talk about this, we talk about Rockstar or whatever. Game development company isn't paying their folks or putting them in too much crunch or whatever. This is deja vu.
It is.
It's just happening more and more. It's sad that it's sad that it's happening. It's still happening. This person said they worked hundreds of hours. They were 16.
16.
There are child labor laws. I don't know how they do that, but it seems to me like they are calling these people specifically community contributors. So they were basically assumed they were giving their time for free.
Yep.
So that's where I'm a little confused. Where they said community contributors were under no obligation to create content, work to deadlines, or put in any particular number of hours. Everyone was credited or, whatever agreement they had.
Yeah. So
I'm curious to see what kind of agreement this person had.
Same. I want that contract so bad now.
Yeah, exactly. Because, number one, 16, so they're legally allowed to work in the U.S., but of course there are child labor laws.
Yeah,
you can only work X number of hours a week. You can only do X number of, X type of labor a week, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm curious to see how those child labor laws, if that's the case, what are the limitations in video game industry? What are the, as far as physical limitations, as far as mental limitations? I definitely like to see those. But it's kind of sad. Chucklefish, they make some pretty cool games. They helped out with Stardew Valley for a while.
They did.
Until he took it back. But it's kind of sad. We're still seeing this stuff, and we're still seeing, people being exploited for their work in video games.
I really want that contract because I was reading the story. I was like, okay, what's the contract say? Because there could be something here. If this was an online thing, hey, you want to help us make a game? Sure. Yeah. That could be the case, but who knows, I think at 2014, let me just check really quick on Chucklefish's thing. I think in 2014 they at least had one game under their belt, and I think that was Risk of Rain.
Yeah, Risk of Rain. That's right. Yeah, Stardew Valley, Risk of Rain, Starbound.
Yeah, so they had some wonderful stuff behind there. So I'm thinking that maybe Chucklefish is doing something very fishy. Yep, they started with. I know, right? Yep, they started with Wanderlust back in 2011, and then Risk of Rain, then Halfway, Interstellar, Wanderlust Adventure, Stardew Valley. Yeah, so there was still time. At least Halfway was done before Wonderful Starbound.
Yeah,
2 years for short time before Starbound actually came out. So they knew what the fuck they were doing. Sorry, Sussin, but hey, Chucklefish, nah, don't do that again.
Yeah, bad Chucklefish. But I mean, I think that from what I read, some of the articles, it seemed like several other people kind of backed up that story. And they were basically throwing contracts, and those contracts were like, oh, these are industry standards. And, from what I understand, the way it seems like it's worded is that they were promised further employment with Chucklefish, I believe, if they kind of help contribute. That's kind of how I was understanding it. I mean, people, you can correct me, but it seems like they were kind of promised, hey, you want to be in the video game industry, here's a good way to do it. It's just we're just not going to pay you. So get paid for your work, kids. Get paid for your work.
Get a contract.
Yes, and they did sign a contract.
They did,
but I think there was some things, we
sell,
Yeah, so as a 16-year-old kid, they're going to throw a job. If somebody throws a job at you and promises, hey, you can work in the video game industry if you do this, a 16-year-old kid is going to jump on it because they really don't know better. So I also wonder if they knew that he was 16 years old, or if that 16-year-old is an acceptable age to work for them. So there's all kinds of questions. Either way, if this person was exploited, if other people were exploited, that sucks, Chucklefish.
No, I was reading this article too. It does seem like that he knew that they didn't know he was 16. He was feeling like his work didn't matter, but still, you just get paid for work you do.
Yeah.
And so, we're just taking this whole point. So I want to see that contract really bad. Just kind of get the last, clear point. This is where we're at, Chucklefish.
Yeah, I agree.
In other words, lawyer up. Okay, let's continue on to our last headline of the week, guys. Man, E3 feels like forever ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We saw some awesome games and some breathtaking people over the whole conference, but one person stole my heart. No, it's not Keanu. Get out of here with that. It was Ikumi Nakamura. Yes, the adorable woman showing out the spooky game from Bethesda, Ghostwire Tokyo. Oh. Well, as of Wednesday, she confirmed that she'll be departing Tango Gameworks. Tango was responsible for awesome games such as Evil Within and Evil Within 2. She tweeted in English. This is her actual tweet. I'm not a bad reader. After 9 years as creative director and art director at Tango and ZeniMax, I felt here is one of ends of the journey. I learned from the talented people I've worked with and I respect. Contact me if anyone wants to work with me. She has done work on many other games such as Okami, Bayonetta, Resident Evil 2. She has no indication of where she's going to go. I mean, can we hire her for Arcade Raiders podcast, please? I will love her. She can just be our hype girl.
Yeah. She stole our hearts at E3. I think when she came out on stage, she had this just amazing energy to her. When I saw her come out, she was bubbly and smiley. And, she came out as a fan of her work and as a fan of the work that she helps create. And I think, to me, that spoke volumes. This lady came out here, spoke, was so enthusiastic about Ghostwire Tokyo, which is going to be a fantastic game, it looks like.
Oh,
she came out, she did her little high kick, she was just so excited to talk about spooky games. That's how she kind of did it. She was like, spooky games. And everybody just fell in love with her. Everybody was like, oh, Keanu Reeves is breathtaking.
Nope.
She was just fantastic. And it's kind of sad that she's not with her company anymore, with Tango. Mm-hmm. Not sure what happened. I really don't know her. I don't think her tweets really give a reason. Kind of sounds like she was maybe let go, but I am sure she will land on her feet. I mean, she has a lot of experience. She's created some really cool stuff. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially of all her jobs too. She held many hats in the game industry, and I would love to see her. Oh, Bayonetta. Also Okami. Also, you got Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, hire this woman, okay? Anyone's listening from Japan, hire her now.
I'm sure she got a nice stack of emails in her mailbox by the end of that day when this went.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when she tweeted this. You know, unless there's something we don't know and that she might be the opposite of, you know, what we've seen. Who knows?
Let me just have my fantasy, like, game developing waifu here. Come on.
She was fantastic.
We let Tim have fantasies. Let me have my fantasy about her. Like, oh, make that spooky game for me. Make that spooky game.
Spooky game. I like I said, I think she had just a really cool energy and she was a fan of what she was doing, and she believed in what she was doing, and she wasn't reading off a script. You know, it wasn't like Pete Hines getting up there staring in the camera and reading off a script, you know, the same stuff he always tells us. You know, it was her like excited and nervous and just having a good time, and I really enjoyed it. She'll land on her feet.
She will. And like always, guys, we look at the game releases for the week of September 9th. Guys, this week you can pick up eFootball PES 2020, Gears 5, Greedfall, Borderlands 3, Damon X Machina, NASCAR Heat 4, NHL 20, and Celeste Chapter 9 DLC. Welcome to game season! Holy hell!
That list right there is crazy.
This is
Gears 5.
Week. Gears 5
is released. If you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, Gears 5 was accessible late Thursday night. Greedfall, I think, is going to be the hidden sleeper of this game season. Borderlands 3, they're already saying Game of the Year. Damon X Machina, I played the demo of it yesterday for about 45 minutes.
Game.
It's challenging. I totally forgot how challenging mech games are. Like, you have to use like all the buttons your fingers can touch.
Yeah.
And then of course everybody's going crazy with Celeste Chapter 9 DLC. The people are already like, oh, Celeste, you know, was one of the top games of last year. So this week right here, if you bought all of these games, you could literally go until like Animal Crossing comes out in March. Like you could play these games the whole time.
Well, let me see. If you put in about 4 hours a night to each game, and weekends did about 8, depending on what you do.
Yeah.
I could see your Gears being like a 30-hour game, maybe, not counting online, so and going forever. Greedfall, probably a 50-hour game. Borderlands, definitely a 50-hour game. Damage, probably a 30-hour game. And, of course, the sports games last on forever.
Yeah.
So, that'll last you until pretty much Animal Crossing or until you get bored.
Yeah.
And, guys, we do this every week. Free stuff. You all love free stuff because who love free? Guys, Epic Store till the 12th. You can pick up the End is Nigh and Abzu.
Those are good games.
Abzu. They are.
Heck
End is Nigh. End is Nigh is a great game. Just like Super Meat Boy. Amazing platformer. Hard as hell.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. You know, just go on to Epic Games and get the games for free. Jeez. Free games.
We've been telling this for 6 episodes. 6 episodes. Free games.
Free games, yes.
Free. Free. Get your games. And guys, that's going to do it for all the news and releases this week. We'll be back next week to the news desk and see what piles up. EA, Ninja, good stuff. Jam my desk this week. Keep it going.
All right, this is a segment of the show in which we take a letter or note from a gamer out there and discuss some posed question or topic. Well, hopefully we try to answer the question, but you never know with us. So let's just continue. This one comes from JerkCat1337.
Wait, what?
Do we know a JerkCat?
I do.
You know a JerkCat?
I think my whole streams knows. I know it's JerkCat. Hey, are you writing emails?
So this is the JerkCat that's sitting right behind you. Your cat's typing emails now.
My cat is that intelligent. I'm kind of sharing my life.
So JerkCat writes in and says, hey dudes, my lame human dad always complains about video game developers closing and how EA is ruining things. Yeah, he apparently has nothing better to do. My question for you is, which closed developer do you guys miss? Which developer would you reopen? And what game title or franchise would you bring back? Later, Gators. P.S. Dad, I peed on the couch.
God damn it, son of a bitch.
So, JerkCat, thanks for writing in. And yes, I know everybody complains a lot about developers being ruined by X, Y, and Z. So I thought we'd kind of start, just from the news and from understanding, there are reasons why developers, are no longer around. There are some exact reasons. Number one, sometimes they fail because of, marketing or lack thereof. How are they promoting it? And that goes all the way from indies to triple A's. Lack of marketing, or, was the marketing wrong? Was it geared towards people? So, sometimes things fail because of that. Of course, there's also financial. There could be that, they expected X number of units to be sold and it was maybe half of that. So those are low results. There's also shareholder intervention. There's also sometimes, what contributes to a lot of that is reviews and how the games are received. And it kind of develops some sort of bad reputation. Kind of doing some research. There's also some other things like bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is the big one.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these, developers, they lose money. It's not cheap to make a video game. So sometimes these costs of making these games are completely inflated and get way out of control, which leads to, bankruptcy or, not enough time, which is going to kind of snowball into, well, the reviews are going to be bad and then they're not going to sell enough units, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, a lot of these companies are just acquired by other companies, such as Westwood and Visceral. We all know the stories behind those folks. Westwood was the Command and Conquer folks.
And what happened to that one? And what happened to that one?
It's on a mobile phone now, which is very disappointing. So Westwood, which was the Command and Conquer group, and then, of course, Visceral, which created Dead Space. Visceral was also rumored to have Star Wars games in the work that was apparently supposed to blow our mind based upon the story, and it was not going to be like your grandma's Star Wars. Like, it was supposed to be deep. I forget her name, the lady that was running that one. Is it Hennig? So she was in charge of a lot of that stuff, I think. So of course they were acquired by EA as well. Then of course you have, groups like Lionhead Studios. Lionhead Studios was acquired by Microsoft, and we know Lionhead Studios is famous for Fable.
Peter Molyneux.
What? So yeah, we know. So Microsoft acquired those, and then some are just, some kind of falter, and other companies will pick them up, like THQ, which is now THQ Nordic. And of course, the rumor is with THQ Nordic right now, they have something like 80 games, in development as we speak. So there's lots of things going on with video game developers going under. There's lots of contributions to it, like why they go under. And then of course, there's lots of examples. When I was doing kind of some research here, I would type up, I would search for these video game companies, and it was always this top 15 list of companies that are gone, that are no longer around. So we have plenty of examples. So Jessee, give us a couple. What developers would you like to see come back, reopen, and then what game title franchises would you like to bring back?
Hang on. The first thing I want to bring back and actually fix is Lionhead Studios, because Fable.
Okay.
Fable's an amazing game.
Yeah.
I love it. And how I would fix that is get rid of Peter Molyneux. Okay, Peter Molyneux is by far, I hate to say this, he's a big dreamer.
Okay.
And he puts so much effort, like, oh, you can make this happen in a game. And then you turn out, it's like, oh, I can grow a plant. Oh, you can, that's an awesome story that leads you based on your choices. I just got 3 endings. Yeah. What's so different about this, Peter Molyneux? Oh, you don't understand. You don't want to play God with me? Like, no, Peter Molyneux, go away. Peter Molyneux, get off your God Fury. I played all of his games when I played Goddess. I played Black and White, and I just always felt like, man, this doesn't live the hype. So that's how I'd fix it. Now I'll bring back Fable. Now bring it back in Black and White. Black and White is an amazing game. I haven't played that. It was an old EA game as well. Give that a try. You actually gotta control like a little animal and like help this villager grow as you play God and like send people roles. So it's a very like intuitive game.
Yeah.
As well as let's bring back Maxis Studios. They're officially like dissolved in this EA, sadly. And Will Wright was like one of the most awesome people to see make games. Like, he loved his work. He did.
Yeah.
Until his last day. If you guys haven't read a book, I'm gonna recommend a book for y'all. It's called All Your Base Are Belong to Us, and it goes through video game history. It goes through all like a bunch of like video game history from like Mario to Zelda, and a big part of Max's games, where it talked about about Will Wright's last day, when pretty much he was not given a retirement package, he was not given a farewell, he was just totally the office.
Yeah.
And I would definitely bring up Maxis, and I would hire back Will Wright in a heartbeat.
Interesting.
because that guy was a creative freaking genius. Like he would actually fix SimCity because we got that bullcrap release a while ago, SimCity, which you'll remember that was only online only. You couldn't play offline for a while. You remember all the server issues we had? Oh boy, and you got offered a free game because of that. Enjoy your long line to make a city game because god dang.
Yeah.
So I would bring out those companies in a heartbeat, and I would fire Peter Molyneux, and I'll hire back Will Wright because god dang, I would go behind a true god game genius, Will Wright.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah. What would you bring out, Jeremy? What would you bring back?
So I wrote down several. So I started thinking about some things, and I started kind of doing some research. Like, oh my gosh, some of these amazing companies are no longer around, and then nothing's being sold, or they're just, the IPs are just nothing's there, nothing's being created. Of course, I would want to bring back Visceral just for the fact I really want to see what that Star Wars game was. Like we hear rumors and legends about the Star Wars game that Hennig and the group are working on. And it's, from what the rumors said, it was supposed to be the ultimate Star Wars game. So I've always just had a fascination of those legends and, the game that could have been, like with Blizzard, their Blizzard Overwatch was actually an MMO at one point called Titan. I always hearing about legends of what games were or what they were supposed to be, but then they have to pivot, because of financial reasons or time crunches or shareholders or whatever. So I really would like to bring back Visceral and revive that Star Wars thing that they were working on. Also, Westwood, I loved Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer were some of my first PC games. So I loved Command and Conquer Red Alert, Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun.
Red Alert was awesome. Did you play 3?
So good.
Did you play 3?
I kind of dabbled in a lot of those. I never really played as much as just basic Red Alert, though.
Did you get Tim Curry as the evil Russian guy?
Maybe. I don't remember that.
Oh, I need to send you that later.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That one.
Oh,
I do remember the voice acting and stuff being kind of terrible, but I think it made the game. So
it was perfect. It was that perfect, like, campy videos between your simulation game, between your RTS. I loved it.
Yeah. So that and Tiberian Sun, Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun, I really, really, really enjoyed. Of course, there's some other things I'd love to see. Neversoft with Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So a couple other things I would like to do. I'd like to see Neversoft come back with Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Tony Hawk Pro Skater was a fantastic game. I liked the music more than I liked the game. So there's all those little games like Midway with NBA Jam. Those things that are really not around, and those companies that really aren't around any longer that have been bought out. Like looking at the list that I wrote down, EA has bought out so many companies. EA bought out Visceral. EA took over Westwood. EA took over BioWare. So EA's formed this nice conglomerate, but all those IPs are no longer there. Like, where's our KOTOR 3?
Wait, we're talking about EA. Can you bring back EA Black Box, who made the Skate series? Because I need my Skate 4.
Yeah, I remember that. Everybody wants a Skate 4. Everybody I hear talks about Skate 4. They want a Skate 4 again.
Every year I watch the E3 press conference, and I'm like, maybe this year's Skate 4. Nope.
No.
Welcome to a new meme, guys, where we'll spit go Skate 4.
Yeah, well, it's like Fable. Where's our Fable?
Yeah.
Come on. Where's our Fable? And where's that other game, called? I'll think of it later. But where are all these games that we were promised? But, we've got good games out there. And these, at some point, these games have gone past their prime, and, they're classics. But it always hurts my heart to see, these developers close that make these sweet games, and, to see that people pour their passion into them. And it's almost like it's just another day for the video game industry. And that's kind of sad as a consumer, because we love this stuff. We fell in love with these things. And, we always like to blame the big dog, of EA swooping in to purchase this stuff and buy this stuff and destroy this stuff. But, at the end of the day, that's a business transaction. People think that they're doing it for the right reasons, and, right reasons and the right dollar amount. But yeah, those are just several that I would like to see come back and kind of relive those old franchises, those old developers that are no longer around.
And a lot of times we got to think of this too. It's not about our personal choice. It's not about if we love the franchise. It's all about that big thing, which is money. Is it making money? How much is it going to cost for marketing? All that other stuff. at the end of the day, like, we got to remember too, Activision closed down like Bizarre Creations, who made the Project Gotham series, as well as their last greatest game, Blur. We got to remember that. They closed that down, and it was sad. And
sad times.
It's all about that big dollar sign. That big dollar sign.
And some of those smaller developers are having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a whole other topic here to discuss, but that's the reason a lot of them are putting their product on Epic Game Store, you know? So it's all about that money. You actually mentioned that book. There's another book too. I don't know, and I'll kind of pump in it too by Jason Schreier. He's Kotaku. It's called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. The triumphant, turbulent stories behind how video games are made. So Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. It's a really good book. It's a pretty short read, but it's really good, really well written. Jason Schreier is a big known person, you know, in the Kotaku world and in the video game journalism world. So he wrote this book about kind of showing you the complications and how he says turbulence the video game industry really is, and how making video games is not easy, and it ultimately leads to the closing of some of these developers and some of these groups. Really good book.
Yep. I'll look into that.
Yeah. So JerkCat, thank you so much for asking that question.
JerkCat, you're getting punished here. How dare you? You peed on the couch again? You peed on the couch? Really? 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 God, I'm done with you, dude. I'm done with you. God, what an asshole.
I got you.
Cousin. God.
All right. So thanks for that, guys. And up next, we're going to be talking about what's tickling our funny bits. All right, friends. Each week, we also like to discuss the new or old games that we're playing, or what we like to call what is tickling our funny bits. This is the time when we get to discuss the games we're playing and rant or rave. So, Jesse, what is tickling your funny bits as of late?
Well, guys, I finally finished Ryse, and it was, it was a game. But surprising thing this week, guys, EA decided to be kind to me, and they decided to drop on early access Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville. And I've been playing the hell out of that, and I'm a huge PvZ fan, especially Garden Warfare series. And I was so surprised to see this get dropped, and oh my god, such an improvement from the second one. Like, the second one I was so hyped for, and then I was like, this sucks. This is the worst thing I ever played. The grind was bullcrap. They actually made it fun. They actually brought back a lot of things I loved. They actually made the maps a little more like this capture point. It actually made it fun. You know what that word is? That's a word I would say. This game is fun. They got rid of a lot of their variants, but now they only have like more of an upgrade system, which is great. But then, let's talk about the game I'm really excited for. The game I've been waiting for. The game, you know it, guys. You know it. It's River City Girls. This guy, let me tell you real quick, man. This game is so freaking awesome, okay? For one, got amazing voice acting through from like other YouTubers. You got Jacksepticeye. You got the Game Grumps, Danny and freaking Aaron just yapping once in a while. You got amazing voice acting, awesome writing. Even you got my new favorite guy who pretty much is the biggest creeper. Once you get to this guy, he's like 15 minutes in the game. You're going to laugh your ass off. I guarantee it. I think me and my stream fell in love with him. We actually made an emote of him like right at the stream where it's like, this guy is perfect. He's my new idol. So, oh my god. Like I'm about 3 hours in the game. And right now, like, yeah, it's definitely in depth. You can learn a lot of skills. You can increase your stats constantly. Like, my biggest problem with the game is that it's not online multiplayer. If it was online multiplayer, I know me and my buddy will play the hell of this and like it's going like, yeah, I love playing this character. This character's so great. Got all these moves. And we're trying to like figure out combos right now on my stream. Like, how can we combo a roll into like a bunch of juggles, which is a fighting game, kind of like knockups.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out how can we combo perfectly to keep doing damage. And so far, like, we're working on it. We're doing like rolls into haymakers, into wall knockoffs, into a bunch of up kicks, into like whatever rolls we can do. So yeah, we're trying to figure out a good combo for that. But that's what's definitely taking my funny bits. And oh boy, pick up River City Girls, because worth the money. Jeremy, what is tickling your funny bits?
So I'm still on that WoW Classic hype train. It's wearing down for me though. I'm starting to kind of just go, damn it, this takes a long time. So I had to pull myself away for a couple days, and I've been busy this whole week, so it hasn't been a ton of playing. But yeah, I've kind of had to pull myself. I'll pick it up, over the next couple days or so and just kind of dabble in it. and try to hit level 30. Once you hit level 30 on a lot of characters, it starts to pick up a little bit. So there are definitely lulls, and I'm experiencing one of those lulls right now. And plus, I'm already contemplating, is this something that I want to play long term still? Because I've already been through all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just a way to kind of relive some of that stuff. But I think I'm getting close to going, okay, cool, thanks. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll hit level 60 anytime soon. I've also been playing Monster Sanctuary, which is kind of a mixture between it's a Metroidvania RPG Pokemon collecting game. There's a pretty in-depth story to it. But you run around, you collect these things called familiars by defeating them, so you can actually get like a copy of them. And so each one of these you can customize. They have these huge talent trees that you can go down and customize them. So if you want like tanky type things or healer type things or
Sky, I've been playing this game too, and I agree.
It's good. It's really pretty cool.
It's good.
And it's in early access right now. So it's an early access, and to throw it in early access, they actually gave a discount. So I think it's like $15 or $16. So it's worth it. I've already put like 5 or 6 hours into it, and I'm really digging it. I like the graphics. I like the chill music. It's those Stardew graphics, so it's not too fancy. There is a lot of dialogue to read. There's lots of story to it. But again, you're exploring. So there's a lot of exploration, and it rewards you to explore as well. There are hidden chests all over the place. And depending on what familiar you have out, they can do different things. Like there's one familiar that can tear through vines. There's one familiar that can, if you find kind of like a hidden wall, you can bust down the wall. There's one familiar that'll basically create a rock and drop it in front of you. So if you find like a little trigger platform, you can definitely put the rock on there to trigger it. There's rocks that you might have to put fire at it, so you'll have a familiar that can do that. So it's pretty neat to go around and just explore. I'm really enjoying the game. It's not a huge game. It's like I said, it's in early access, so they're still kind of working on it. But it's been fun. I've been streaming it. I've really enjoyed it. And then I've also started Gears 5. I'm just a bit into it, but so far it is graphically beautiful. It's a really beautiful game, and I can't wait to get Batista. The Batista skin.
Batista was there. I forgot Batista was in there. Holy crap.
Hey, he has said for several years he wants to play Marcus Phoenix. Like he wants to be the movie character that plays that. And I'm like, dude, yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
100% yes. He's got the body type for it. He's a big dude. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, and I read an article that the costume set guys, when they made the armor, they weren't sure if it fit. But when they put it on it, everybody was like, oh my gosh, this armor is meant for him. For you. This is meant for you. And so he felt really good about it. And then he did the it's about damn time tweet. So I thought it was pretty funny. But I'm excited. So I've been playing WoW Classic, Monster Sanctuary, and starting some Gears 5. Well, that about wraps it up, folks. This is the time we sell out. So, Jesse, let the good folks of the interwebs know where we can find you.
Guys, you can find me on mixer.com/tapper. You can come find me streaming most every day of the week. We've currently been playing a lot of games. I'll probably play more regular this week. Not quite sure what else. You can come find me on Twitter, twitter.com/tapper, where I'm trying to post more regularly and also commenting a lot more and also sharing where I've been, mostly fast food places. And also join Discord, guys. Discord.gg/BurgerNation. Join Discord. Contribute to the news desk. Be like Hambrams. And yeah, that's about that for me. Jeremy, where can you find you at?
Yeah, so you can find me streaming on the Mixer platform at mixer.com/SkyRoby. You can also find me on Twitter at Mr. SkyRoby. Those are my two main places. I do also sometimes occasionally on Instagram, and it's just at Mr. SkyRoby. But that's where you can find me streaming on that Mixer platform several times a day, live, delivering some really cool games and journeys for you guys. And that does it for our time this week. Remember, our goal here at the Arcade Raiders podcast is our unique perspective into the video gaming world with random musings and discussion. Until we meet again, enjoy those games.